Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be comparing the new CX-50 hybrid to the RAV4 hybrid. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Toyota here in Draper, and then to the Southtown Mazda in Sandy for giving me some time with both these cars. Link to both their websites in the description down below. Let's get into it. So powering the Mazda is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder paired to an eCVT and a hybrid. It puts out 219 horsepower. Fuel economy is 39 around town and then 37 on the highway. And the RAV4 has the exact same powertrain, so 219 horsepower, 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid eCVT, but it actually gets better fuel economy somehow, some way. Could be just the size of the car, most likely. Anyways, 41 around town and then 38 on the highway. Now, before I move forward with this comparison, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the Mazda, I really like the appearance with the contrast of the black and the white. I think it looks really sharp, and Mazda in general just does a really good job with their style on the cars. And then with the RAV4, it's kind of interesting with the design. You almost have like these nostrils there at the top, and the headlights are somewhat funky looking, but overall it's a cool car. It's interesting to see these next to each other though. Look at that. Now this leads us to the side of the Mazda. It's got 17-inch wheels, and again you've got like that giant cladding on the side, and so it's pretty aggressive looking overall, and it's a pretty big car. It's really long. Now the RAV4 also has 17-inch wheels, and it also has lots of cladding there. Kind of has a taller appearance, so as you can see, a little bit yeah, just larger in that way. Now it'll be interesting to compare cargo space with both of them because they're both really solid in the segment, but here is the RAV4, again pretty spacious there to the second row. You can fold the second row down if you want even more storage space. Got this nice grab handle to help out. This one is hydraulic. You can get it with power if you get the premium package and all of that, but cool looking back end. Now I'll pop over to the Mazda, which does have power, and funny enough, the RAV4 for similar features, a little bit more money than the Mazda. Yeah, lots of storage. It goes in a lot further. Like the CX-50 is a very long car, deceivingly long, I would say. But anyways, just press that and then I'll power that down. You can see it's got that kind of like low look because of the roof line. It kind of made it a little bit more sleek. It's interesting. Now this leads us inside of the RAV4. So you do get some nice soft touch trim there. You can get nicer seats than what this has. This one has the cloth seats. It's a regular XLE. And then legroom back here, pretty good. Got some vents there, USB ports as well, and good headroom overall. And then popping into the Mazda, you can see some soft touch here. Got these fancy seats. Mazda doesn't really do cloth seats in their cars at all, which is cool. But anyways, a little bit less room back here. That low design kind of brings the roof line down a little bit too, so just something to note. And then this leads us up front with the RAV4, where again you've got the soft touch here, all of our window controls, mirror adjustments, blind spot running with the mirrors. These seats are power adjustable in the RAV4. Cool trim there. Popping in. Got this gauge cluster that's partially analog, partially digital. Depending on what RAV4 you get will depend on gauge cluster. You can get a full digital too. But big thing, it'll show you the hybrid info, and because this one's used one with some miles, you can see that, yeah, getting 37 miles per gallon, not too shabby. Lots of practical controls here on the steering wheel, and then reverse. Toyota's new infotainment system just has a shortcut bar there on the side. It's easy to use. Dual zone climate. We've got heated seats with this as well. The USB port, and we have all of our drive modes, including our EV mode, shifter there for the eCVT. Good storage here at the USBs. Nice trim on the top. Regular rear view mirror. And then, again, headroom's good, but no sunroof with this one. And this one has spec'd out, again, it's an XLE. It's a regular XLE. This one's going to be sub 40, but it's actually not too much less than that thing. Now this leads us up front with the Mazda. Got this fancy cross stitching that goes across. All of the window controls there. Blind spot running with the mirrors. And then here are the seats. Really nice trim. Power adjustable, of course. And we'll see. Yeah, solid. Pretty cool gauge cluster, 3-gauge layout. Again, shows you the hybrid information there on the side. You notice with the Mazda, just kind of like a fancy finish with a lot of the controls. It's a backup camera. Not touchscreen for the infotainment system. It's all controlled via dial, by the way. Dual zone climate, heated seats. So you notice a lot of the features are very similar. It's just the Mazda kind of does a more luxury approach to the trim and everything. And this is the infotainment system, by the way. I always thought the center console in these is kind of funky. How it opens up and all of that. But yeah, really cool. The stitching all across. We've got the rear view mirror there, and then we do have a big sunroof up top. Now, with that being said, let's take them out and see which one performs the best. Well, let us set off in the RAV4 hybrid. Interesting siblings, right? It'll still be cool to see how the powertrain performs in two different vehicles. I really hope that we get more of this working together with automakers moving forward. I think it just leads to better cars, because if one automaker can knows that they're going to get a good engine, which in engines there's a lot of money that has to be put into developing an engine. So if they know they're going to get a good engine, then they can kind of just focus more so on the rest of the car. So I think it's cool. And then for the automaker developing the engine, right, they can spend more time focusing on the engine, more money, because they know that they're going to produce more of them. Right? They know that they'll produce them in their cars, and then they'll produce them in maybe one or two other manufacturers' cars as well. I think that we're going to see this engine in some Subarus too, maybe. Subaru's coming out with some hybrid stuff. But anyways, it's nice. It's got good torque. The RAV4 drives well. It's not an exciting car by any means, but it just does everything well. Like, its suspension's pretty comfortable, and the interior just makes sense. It's nice. Seat kind of squeaks a little bit. But it's a nice drive overall. I would never complain about a RAV4 drive. It's just not exciting in any way, which again, with a hybrid like this, I don't know if anyone's looking for that. That person was so close to running a red light. I was glad two people ran the red light. It's funny to see how people drive in different places here around Utah, I should say. But yeah, I think the RAV4 is a nice car, and I think that the RAV4 hybrid's great, and the powertrain is rock solid. I'm still trying to figure out the fuel economy difference, though. I wonder if it's just the extra width of the CX-50, because it's really wide. It's a really wide car. That's why it's not getting as good of a fuel economy. Or maybe, conspiracy theory here, Toyota purposefully neutered it before they sold it to Mazda, and because of that, they don't want to lose their sales, right? Yeah. I'm just kidding. I don't think they did that. I think it really genuinely is just how that CX-50 is shaped and everything. It's just not as, because if you look at it, the highways, yeah, I think it's got to do with the shape and the weight. Excuse me. So yeah, anyways, the RAV4 hybrid drives pretty darn well. So let's go pop into that CX-50 hybrid and see if it performs better or worse. Well, let us sit off in the Mazda here and see how it performs. It's the same powertrain, but somehow the car feels so different. So RAV4 is really comfortable. This, I think it feels even just a little bit more. I mean, the seats aren't quite as, the seats are definitely firmer in this, but the suspension in this is really good, and the handling's probably just a little bit sharper than the RAV4. Yeah, powertrain feels the same. Weird. I mean, not weird, because it's the same engine. Same powertrain, I should say. But still kind of... It's always strange to have the same engine in two completely different cars. And not just two different cars, but two different manufacturers, right? So it really does change things up quite a bit. I think I can get away in this one. Yeah, not bad. I mean, it drives really well, of course. It's kind of cool how that performs. So, summing things up with this, I think that this drives really well. I think that it is comfortable, and I think, yeah, I mean, choosing one or the other, it's really just going to come down to which car you like better. Do you like the RAV4 more, or do you like the Mazda more? And, you know, pricing is pretty close with both of them. Mazda's a little bit more affordable, you know, option to option with the manufacturers. So if you're just playing pure value, yeah, then go for the Mazda, because you're getting the same powertrain. So let me know if you like the RAV4 more, if you like the Mazda hybrid more, but glad that we got both of them now, right?